Welcome to Conspiracy Talks, episode 8. I am your host, Rex Jones, with Anthony Graffio here to chronicle things for you, go over stuff. As we've said many times, the goal of this show is to kind of do documentary and conspiracy review, but with the heat of the moment going on, with the war in Iran going on, we are going to be doing Iran war coverage and various other associated events because it seems like a decade will happen in a week. And if you don't keep up with the current news and the flow of information, you kind of get swamped and left behind. And I'm someone, I don't know how you feel about this, Anthony, like especially having like witnessed for yourself what the country was like in the prior wars in the Middle East. I'm kind of too young to remember that time period. I really want to be known as someone that's very anti-war. I want to be known as someone who opposed this conflict. I want to have a very good topical knowledge of the conflict going forward into the future, because all these people that are online, like the cat herd's going crazy. I got some cat herd stuff for us. Yeah, like it's easy. You just scroll his feed. All these people are going to be hiding in bunkers in like a year. Like it's over. Like, do you not agree that like this is like there's no room for this?
Yeah, I talked to my boy on the phone today, and I don't actually mean this, but there's a part of me that actually does.
All right,
Is
politically, not violently, hypothetical in Minecraft. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, not even that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
just I want God to punish us at this point. I want to see these people suffer. You know what I mean? I want to see them what they're asking for. I want it to happen to them for real. You know what I mean? The cat turds, the people that are pushing this war so hard, and propagandists. I want to see it actually pop off on them. For all of us, we'll have to suffer, but just to see them scream and cry and figure out that, oh, why are you being a panicking? Why are you being a panicking?
Right.
What are you scared of?
Right. We were all called panicans when, like, I pretty much immediately I recognized that this administration was a total disgrace. And sadly, not until like after he was elected and whatnot. But my big thing for Trump, what I really wanted to see was I wanted to see an end to the war in Ukraine. Like I've hated Zelensky for years. I've followed that conflict quite intensely. I've read several books by Gilbert Doctorow, and like all the news I cover and all the things that I watch, referring to like the academics on YouTube and whatnot, relates to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And I can lay out pretty much perfectly like why it was fake, how it was engineered by the West, like the hundreds of billions and the million plus men that are dead because of our influence in the region. Like I hated it, right?
Yeah.
And even though I was aware, and we've talked about this, and it really makes me suspicious thinking back on it, but at the time, you think about Trump and Zelensky's interaction, and Trump's talking to Zelensky, and he goes, give me a little bit of information. I can give you the javelins. Obama gave you blankets. I can give you javelins and stuff like that. And you kind of discounted at the time. But like that was the thing that I thought he would just be able to pull the plug, because he laid out how he would do it. It's just like, hey, I just take the money away, which is very simple. Like we get into these things where they tell us that, like, you can't have $5 billion to build the wall, but then they'll start like a $300 billion conflict, and the money will just come out of nowhere. Right.
Isn't that
So
crazy? Yeah.
I thought that Trump understood the very simple concept of like, okay, yeah, we're just going to pull the plug and walk away. And I just seeing from day one, because he didn't end the Ukraine war on day one, seeing especially, you remember when Putin came to Alaska?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
literally begging to make a deal with us. Like, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Like the generational fumble opportunity would be like throwing like 12 interceptions in a Super Bowl game or something. Like it's truly criminal, and that's why, like, fuck Trump. Like I hate Donald Trump now. I have TDS.
Same.
It's like Carville was saying, like, give me more. I want more TDS. But like I'm so
Same.
done with it. I'm so done with being lied to, man. And it's just the peace president has got us into another forever war. I ranted a little bit. What do you think about that?
Well, I think Ukraine is a part of the Israel arm. Zelensky's a Jew. It's part of their greater
Uh-oh.
project. You got that being the
No,
original.
no, Ukrainian man, big masculine Ukraine, 5'7", yes. Go ahead, go ahead.
That also being a part of the Khazarian Empire, the original one.
Ooh, conspiracy talks.
You
Conspiracy talks.
know, you know,
I'm not sure if I believe it, but I don't know enough about it. I open
look
mind.
into it. Like Eddie says, look into it, you know, look into it. But I think that Trump is completely sold out. I think that he is probably the greatest salesman for the war machine, actually. And I think that
Sure.
we kind of ignored these red flags, but he is the car salesman of the weaponry. That's why he wants to increase it so much, because he's a swindler. He's a wheeler and a dealer, you know, and he knows that he can make money off of this. And he knows that if it came down to it, now he can use the drone technology that Ukraine has used. You know,
Yes.
that's a whole nother rabbit hole, you know, is that they're going to use that drone technology because how good the Iranians have proved that their drones are. So this is going to be something that is as a catalyst to what Ukraine did to Russia. What was the name of Spiderweb? I think Operation Web is when they use those drones in Russia. Like that's what Trump is probably going to plan for something in Iran, you know, with the Hormuz or something like that. Because we haven't seen any drones yet.
Yeah, no, and you think about it. This is how outrageous it is, right? Like the whole stated goal of the war in Russia, like for the Americans, the Europeans, they have a different objective. The Ukrainians, they have a different objective. All of them evil and racist and bad and imperialist, by the way. But the U.S. stated objective was we're going to degrade Russia's military by making them spend all their munitions and troops and armies, basically, like on the shores of Ukraine, like on the bloody fields of Ukraine. We're going to take that from them. And what the Russians have done is they figured out how to make the amount of missiles we make in a year in 2 months. Okay, so that's turned into a forever war that we paid hundreds of billions of dollars into. Now we have our own Ukraine in Iran that we're trying to invade. Like we're from the perspective of the Russians, right? You think about this, like by its very nature, isn't our military already heavily degraded because of what's happened? And you talk to these boomers, man. It's like, dude, we haven't talked about it yet. I'll save it for a little bit later, but it ties into this. Like that boomer on the street. I don't care. They're going to have a nuke in 37 years or in a week. We got to get them now because if they get it, they're going to kill everybody. And it's like, we're the ones that kill everybody. Like if you look at our track record, you look at the millions of people that we've killed as a direct or indirect result of our actions in the Middle East. It's so insane.
I know.
Like, who do these people think that they are?
It's crazy. There's a great Cat Williams comedy skit where he's talking about that America's the bullies, right? And he's talking about the Iraq War, and he says, "I'll tell you how America is bullies because you can't tell me what the Iraqi military uniform looks like because we're over there shooting motherfuckers in sweatpants, flip flops, and a cowboy hat. We're killing them." We're literally killing them. And this is what we do when we go to war. We kill citizens. And this is proven by what happened in Iran day one. We blew up a little girls' school. Like this is proof that we are the bullies. We are the bad guys.
Dude, it's so crazy. And like we've talked about it many times. And sadly, we got to talk about it again and again and again. It's just so horrible. The killing of like the 160 to 180 like little kids and their teachers and whatnot at that school. We double tapped that place. And I listened to Scott Ritter give an excellent breakdown of it. In fact, we should probably react to that, but we shouldn't react to that on this show. That's heavy. I'm going to make a note right now. I got a little notepad here. Watch Ritter missile breakdown. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. Because what happened was they killed a lot of them in the initial strike, and then all the kids gathered in the prayer room because that was their safe room. And then the second strike came down, concentrated. That's why so many people died. So like it's beyond monstrous. Anyone defending it, like you have to call them out. Like you realize like you're an imperialist, right? And they're gonna be like, you're a liberal. You sound like blue-haired liberals. Like, no. You remember neocon, right? The thing Trump said was evil and bad. That's what you are now.
Yes.
And you have to understand that. You have to ask him, like I asked the boomer on the street, like, do you support Israel? And you know what he says? He says, I'm not anti-Semitic. And at that point, like the brain is like, it's like titanium crystal. Well, you can't do anything about it. You know, so you just kind of have to ask him questions. And if you ask them questions, like the boomer, he understood. He goes like, yeah, I'm ashamed to be a boomer. I'm paraphrasing, but literally he's like, I literally asked him, I said, how does it feel to be a part of the generation that like destroyed the country or like whatever my quote was? Yeah. And he goes like, whatever it was, I'm paraphrasing. He goes, It's terrible. I hate it. I agree. And it's just like, well, why are you voting for the same stuff for 50 years? Because you're like, my knowledge of history, World War II, what the Iranians did 50 years ago, whatever. And it's like, so how have things worked out basing your entire political view on that like paradigm? It hasn't worked out well
at all.
But they have this arrogance, Anthony. They're so arrogant when you talk to them.
You know, it's funny because the one thing I want to pick up on right there is that you said when you asked him about Israel, he said, I don't want to be anti-Semitic.
Yes.
And this is a strategic move that Jews have figured out how to do, is to connect a statehood with their religion. And that if you go after this statehood, if you try to say something about the state of Israel, then they tie it into you're attacking Jews because that's their homeland.
The IAEA definition of anti-Semitism. Go ahead and continue.
No, yeah, it's a strategic move, because imagine if Christians did that. We live in a Christian nation, right? Like America was built on Christian foundation. Why can't Christians claim America as their homeland? But Jews can, because they have this historical fake Zionist playbook that they have to say that we deserve this homeland. But the real Jews that understand Judaism, that are going against the Zionists, they know that they're supposed to be scattered through the earth, because that's what it says in their holy books. They're not supposed to have statehood. So it's this funny like dynamic that they have to say that if you talk bad about our statehood, then you're also talking bad about our religion. And why can't Americans do that? Why can't we claim this as a Christian nation?
Sure. Well, they want to classify that as violence. You know, they're calling Joe Kent anti-Semitic for what he said and what he's doing. They're calling him a low-level staffer too, even though he was number 2 in the DIA right under Tulsi Gabbard. Let's go ahead and get into that on this topic, because I think it ties in. Joe Kent was second in command at the DIA, working directly under Tulsi Gabbard. Now, Tulsi Gabbard has kind of been shuttled away. She's the person that's supposed to deliver the president his daily intelligence briefing. The CIA director, John Ratcliffe, that's his job. He does that reportedly as early as like middle of last year. He took over doing that job. And like, there's a lot of photos and stuff and videos of like when Trump will be in the cabinet meeting and he'll be like, maybe I should get more weapons. Maybe I won't, but I'm going to get more weapons. You'll see like Pete Hegseth sit there like, but then Ratcliffe literally is like orgasming in his chair. He's like, yes, like he's going to send more money to Ukraine. Like that's the guy that's running the intelligence apparatus of Washington, D.C. But this is still a very important guy. This guy's the director of counterterrorism. Okay, that's a very big deal. And, you know, he's I believe he's like a decades-long veteran of special forces and operations in Afghanistan and Iraq. He's a very serious individual. He's what some would probably call like the best stock of the country. Like goes into the meat grinder, comes out, lives, high IQ, tactical skills, becomes a politician. That's pretty much like gold standard what they want in Washington, D.C. But this guy, even though he's got with the program in the past, and we'll talk about him getting with the program in the past, this guy's breaking with the program. And he basically says in this statement that I'm about to read for the viewing public, for the viewers and listeners out there in Cyberland, he basically says, hey, Israel killed my wife. We fought a war for Israel, and it killed my wife, basically, and there was no reason to do this war. They were not an imminent threat. I have to resign. It's still the, I love you, Trump. I love you. Oh, my God, Trump. Somebody president. I support president. There's still that. And that's unfortunate. And Tucker still does that, to be fair. And what that's called is Operation CYA, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what Operation CYA is, Anthony?
No, what is that? No.
Cover your ass.
Operation for sure.
Cover your
for
ass.
Sure.
That's what that is.
For sure.
So
strategic for sure.
I can't even get into it. But yeah, Operation Cover Your Ass, because they still don't know how all this is going to play out. I think in a young man's game, it's very simple. Like if you're under like 35 or whatever, to like see how this is going to play out. And that's why I'm so passionately anti-war. Like even in a year or two, this is going to be patently ridiculous to believe in. And in 5 years, it's going to be morally reprehensible to have believed in. Okay. But
for
people
sure.
like Tucker, who's probably CIA, whatever, but the good CIA, like John Kiriakou, whatever. Everyone's a Fed. Okay.
Yeah,
I hate to spoiler alert. Welcome to American politics and media. Most of these people are federal agents, but maybe he's a good one, whatever. But all these people are hedging their bets. They still want to be inside the system. They don't want to get totally ostracized if there was some sort of like pandemic event or like political upheaval or whatever, they know it's always good to hedge your bets and not put all your eggs in one basket. But that being said, like fuck Trump. That's how you know I'm real.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because they won't say that, right?
Yeah.
Like they you think they would, but in some of them, like the situation's a little bit different.
I mean,
But
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna
No,
say
you're good.
also it's kind of a strategic move because it's like if they go against Trump, then they're only gonna be called TDS. So it's like a shutdown mechanism, you know.
Yeah.
If they start talking bad about Trump, then all these people that are pro MAGA and a part of
No,
the
it is true, and that's part of like the jujitsu of having to like win people over, and
yeah,
I get
for
that.
sure.
But man, he blew up a little. Like the first thing we do, boom, bomb the elementary school. Like that's literally all you have to say
Horrible.
about this. Like
Yeah.
that's like we did a 9/11 to them basically. Like it's basically the same thing that we did.
And
It's
killed
a
the Pope.
terrorist attack. Like we are the terrorists. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a radical, but I'll go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna read a statement here, a little water break if you want to talk for a second.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we killed their Pope as well, you know. So it's like,
Yeah.
what do you expect for them to do? You know, today the Israel bombed their oil fields. It's like they don't want this war. They don't want this conflict. And Joe Kent
Right.
kind of points that out. It's like, I don't know if you saw the part on Tucker when he was like, they have a fatwa against making a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. I talk
So
about that all the time.
yeah, so it's like it's crazy.
Dude, it's so insane. Here, we'll talk about that just for a second, and then we'll get into this. Welcome to the show. This will be like a 2+ hour broadcast tonight. We're going to be here for a good time. A little bit after an hour in, we're going to take some time to plug both of our things, and at the end, we're going to plug as well. Me and Anthony are both, like I make supplements. He makes like really high quality beef tallow products. We're going to talk about that in the middle of the broadcast. Just want to let you know. But yeah, the thing with the Ayatollah, it's so insane. Like we killed the guy preventing nuclear weapons in the country for 2 decades. Like it's not like this is like, oh, the Ayatollah is being sneaky and he came up with this just when we started investigating, so he wouldn't think, oh, I have fatwa, nuclear weapon, brother. I promise. I say it now. It's banned. 20-year history. As long as I've been alive, basically, they've been banned in Iran.
Yeah,
Crime against God. But this isn't. I told the guy on the street that, the boomer, and he goes, well, I don't know if that's true, which is like his brain just rejects it because like the force field of the slave hive mind is so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole entire thing is just absolutely ridiculous. We killed their Pope, and now we put somebody in there that will probably make a nuke. It's not like, they keep on saying it's going to take 20 years to make a nuke, but it's, Iran has some of the most high IQ scientists ever.
Yeah, and they have the material.
Easily.
They have the material.
Yeah, so if they wanted it, they would have had it already.
Yeah, and then people watching will go, oh, so you admit they have the material. They gonna make a bomb. They're gonna make a bomb. You liar. You don't support Trump. Trump had to go in. Well, what happened when Trump said he destroyed all of it, nigga? Who's lying? Okay, like we're not lying. We're stating the objective truth. You guys killed the guy that had the ban on nukes, and not only did you kill him, the new guy, his son, you killed his mom, his wife, his daughter, his nieces, his nephews.
Yeah, not
so
good.
It's insane, dude. It is a little sick though. It is a little sick and bad because like the Ayatollah definitely knew they were going to kill him at his house. So he's like, okay, we're all going to go to heaven now. Grandpa wants us to come over so we can all go to heaven now. That's a little dark, right?
Yeah. I mean, I respect their culture though. Like they take it on the chin for real. Like,
it's pretty metal. Yeah. You can't say they're not pot committed, man. Like, and that's the thing is like, we're not like, that's the thing about Taco Trump. Trump always chickens out. I like that because it's so true. Like he's already trying to back out and he's like, the other countries that get their oil through the Strait of Hormuz, they have to go in and fight for it themselves. And it's like, they don't have to fight for it themselves. All they have to do is separate themselves from the United States.
And then they're good.
then they're fine. Like there's traffic. Like the reason why the world hasn't truly melted down yet is because there's traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. It's just the ships that the Iranians are letting through. Yeah. And then Pete Hegseth, or one of my, I don't think it was him. I think it was Levitt. Someone in the administration came out and they were like, well, yeah, I mean, the Chinese and Indian ships are getting through fine. The strait is open. And it's like, how dumb do you think people are? I'm not sure if Eric Doherty reposted that. That seems exactly like the thing he would repost.
Oh, for sure.
Like, breaking, Trump secures win for the world. And it's just like, It's we'll get into it a little bit. It's so hard. I'm glad that you are down to be here for a while because it's just like we
Yeah,
get swamped in the topics. Did you see the thing about Trump's 100% approval rating?
dude, it's a joke, bro.
I'm pulling that up because it's too good. We have
It's
to have a little
sick.
light before we get into the heavy.
Yeah.
Little warm up like in the gym. Unbelievable, dude. What do you think of that? Like it's like Kim Jong Un.
I think we're being gaslit to a level that I've never seen before. Like this is a whole new level of gaslighting. It is like Kim Jong Un. Like he's gonna ban leather jackets. You know, it's the same thing, and we'll all have to just be like, "Oh, he looks so badass in his leather jacket. I can't wear one though."
Well, dude, think about this. Think about this. They're telling us to believe CNN now. CNN is the trusted source. On so many levels, this is so fucked up. Like, it's monsters. We don't even need to play the video. But look, this is Carolyn Levitt retweeting CNN. You see, they're not fake news now as long as they're saying what we want them to say.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if David Ellison already got them because I know Pete Hegseth, in one of the things he was saying, that CNN was lying because they were talking about the girls' school at the time. And he's like, "Oh, you believe CNN? I can't wait till David Ellison buys them." So does he own it now?
Well, the thing that's so insane to me, the thing that blows my mind, is like I see all these people that are out there now. Like, have you seen like the Cartier family? It's like 3 or 4
the black guys.
dudes. They're young, they're super chill, like they're super happy, and they watch a lot of like political stuff.
Yeah, I've
and like
them.
they did good work in 2024 and whatnot. But like I've been watching this for 10 years. Okay, I've been much longer than 10 years. I've been watching this for about like 16 to 17 years.
Yeah.
And CNN, the most hated, the most BS media platform, the Trump administration retweets them now. And there's still people like that are like, trust Trump. We have to believe in Trump, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, how do you not see it? I feel bad, you know, because like you build your brand off somebody and then you're screwed.
Yeah, well, I think that really what's going on is we're seeing past the illusion now, and they're not even hiding it, that they've all been working together the entire time. You know, it's there is no Trump really never had any of these things that happened to him. I'll say that again, because it's all of these, the Mueller report, Russia. I think that this has all been psyops the entire time at this point. I think that this has all been to make Trump look like he was attacked. He was the bad guy. He was fighting for us. He wasn't a part of the swamp. So they use these tactics to make people think, oh, he really is fighting. The deep state is fighting him. And then when the ice finally breaks and he comes out and he shows his true lizard self, then he's showing people that, oh, now all of a sudden they don't want to go after me. Now all of a sudden, you know, CNN, they're good. Like, because the whole time this has been their tactic. If you're talking about the New World Order on a giant spectrum, there's no such thing in their minds as right and left. They own both sides of the party. They own Fox, they own CNN, they own the entire media. So they can easily make it look like some WWE shit, like The Rock versus Stone Cold, but in reality, behind scenes, they're having beers together. You know, this is the whole thing with Hillary Clinton and Trump as well. They're like 19th cousins, like removed or something. Okay, so they're all connected.
I hear you. I hear you. I agree from a grand level. I do think it is all organized to a certain extent. However, I think it's more balkanized than what your theory of it is. I have a theory as well. Like we don't know for real or for certain, but like these are things we can observe about the world. I think they were trying to mold Trump's behavior. I think, yeah, like they own all these people, they're bought and paid for, they're controlled. They know they're on like a life path and they got to listen to their rabbi or whatever. I buy into all of that. I believe all of that. That being said, I think there's an element of like idiocy and ignorance, and they don't want to have to tell all these people anything. They want them to be their dumb pawns. So I think that was a process for Trump to go through, kind of like a humiliation ritual, right?
Yeah.
He must go through the Russia thing. He must be shamed. He must learn. You will learn to hate Russia. You will learn that they are your enemy. You must never work with them because they know that would be the best thing for America, right? So I don't necessarily agree that he's known for the jump. I think he's known since the assassination attempt for sure, whatever we want to think about that event. Very, very wild event there to think about that. That's for sure. But I think these things
I don't think that was real, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, I have my
this is conspiracy talks. So
yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. It's like it has to be 100% fake if it's fake, because it's got to be like a blood pack and it's got to be coordinated and they got to have a plan for how they want to do it. And I know the camera people were there and they lowered the American flag and like I can get it. Okay, I can get with it, but at the same time, I lean towards the probability more of that being real, but then being like, hey, you know, like, we can do this again. Because here's the thing. Like,
His ear,
wouldn't
though.
you, if you were president and he promised to do this, wouldn't you do everything you could to release all information relating to the assassination attempts that were done on you? What is the only thing that we ever hear from Trump? If the Iranians are successful in their plot to kill me, they sent a white Pennsylvanian child wearing
Yeah,
a
it's
Mount
fake.
Rushmore shirt to come murder me, who had no silverware in his parents' house, and both of them were American government social workers. Like, it's just every time it's Iran's going to kill me. Iran's going to kill me. They're going to do this, that, or the other thing. That ensures that they get nuked. Israel's the only country that would want that.
Yeah. I mean, just like my idea of why I think it's fake is like his ear. His ear just perfectly healed. There's nothing there at all. Do you really believe that? Like his ear is just perfect?
No, I don't believe that. I don't
You
believe
know,
that.
and
It
then
is
if you
very
look at
suspect.
it, from a Jewish religious way, there's an actual story in Exodus where a goy gets his ear pierced, and that means that he sends his loyalty basically to the Jews. It's in Exodus 21. There's actually a rabbi that spoke about it. There's a video of a rabbi that spoke about Trump, saying that Trump is basically the Goyim version of the Jewish Messiah that will bring in the real Jewish Messiah. And the whole entire thing of how he got his ear hit was all this basic, like this sign to the Jews that he's the one that's chosen. And there's this whole entire notion that Trump is their Cyrus. Trump is going to help build their third temple. And as we've talked about on the show, that's their plan to build the third temple. So I think that it's all, my opinion, and this is not, your opinion is my opinion. I think it's all a psyop. I think that Trump has been chosen since a young age to be where he's at. That's why he always said, I'm going to run for the president. I'm going to go against Iran. I mean, he's been talking about this stuff since the 80s. This is like, if you understand like the New World Order on that aspect, that this is a long game for them. They choose their players. This is a chess match. The Albert Pike talked about the three wars. There's been so many different signals to show that Trump is this guy that's been chosen for this time. And I think, a lot of people are like, oh, if Hillary Clinton won, we would have already been in FEMA camps. Yeah, we would have fought against it. With Trump, we can't fight against it because people are so tricked to the illusion that they'll think that the FEMA camps is to protect them.
Piper. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. I would say that you're crazy, but we're allowing them and assisting them in a genocide, a biblical genocide in the Middle East, so that they can rebuild the third temple and build greater Israel to usher in the apocalypse. So, and that's our stated government doctrine, by the way. And if we don't do it, we're going to be under a biblical curse. So in order to not be cursed, we must. You see how insane that is to say?
That's crazy, bro.
You see. Here's the thing: when I was driving to high school and I was listening to Ben Shapiro in the car, I didn't know about any of that. Okay, I didn't know that we'd be under some sort of biblical curse if we didn't support this country in the Middle East and give them billions of dollars. But they'll openly tell you that. And even more so than like the Zionist ones are the ultra evangelical Zionists, right? And those are the ones that will say you must bless or you'll be cursed. And those are the same people that have the church where you got to bring the $1,000 seed money to the pastor in order to get the blessing from God, which means the pastor screws your wife and you get another kid that's not yours. That's the blessing from God that we all know about from the mega church. But it's so disturbing and disgusting. Is there anything else you want to get into relating to this? I'm going to get into the Joe Kent thing.
We can get into the Joe Kent stuff. We go to Joe Kent stuff.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, I do agree with you that it's all orchestrated, and it's like we're like a fish in water, and like it's everywhere around us. So like we don't understand what it is, but like all these things, and I said this on Jake Shields, it's way too weird. Like none of it makes any sense at all unless you look at it from the perspective of someone trying to write like a funny, twisted, evil book. Right? Like it's some sort of plan, and it doesn't make sense at times because it's not reality. It doesn't follow a natural order. It's scripted by somebody else that shouldn't be messing with what they're messing with. And they know that. They're aware of that, and they're proud of doing it, which is really messed up because you would think if you realize you had that option, you wouldn't do that option. But people are weird. We all make mistakes. Ultimately, even the most lost and evil among us, they should try to seek Christ.
Amen.
There's always hope for people. So if you're involved in like the evil system, like it's just time to come clean and get out of this before we all die in nuclear hellfire, especially for middle management. Like look at Joe Kent, for example, essentially middle management, like the manager of a Burger King and like 1,000 Burger King chain. If you think about the Burger King as a deep state, and at least he quit, and at least he made a public statement about why he quit. right?
For
I'll get
sure.
that pulled up.
For sure. I think somebody that really needs to repent, and I'm praying for her, is Carolyn Levitt. She LARPed as this crazy Christian and all this stuff, and I think that she is asking for a judgment, to say the least.
Well, the thing is just like, why wouldn't you resign from the administration? And like now it's not unprecedented, thank God, and hopefully this makes more people take action. But if you can't realize that it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. And you're going to be sitting there in like a year or two when they fire you or leave you or something, and then it's gone. And you can
Yeah.
never really get that back.
You tarnish your name for sure.
It's tough, man. It's tough. And everyone always made a big show like, oh, she took off the cross. That means that she's doing whatever. It doesn't mean anything whether she's wearing a cross or not wearing a cross. Like she's working for the administration that kills little kids.
Yeah.
So,
her fruit shows. Just judge her by her fruit, you know?
We'll get into it now. Joe Kent, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it's clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. You cannot say that in government.
Nope.
This is pretty crazy. This is going on. It has been an honor serving under President Trump. Okay. All right. I'll read the actual statement now. And this is addressed to President Trump from Joe Kent on the official letterhead. You can see his stamp and signature on the document. President Trump, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I support the values and the foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, and 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of our precious lives, of our patriots, and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. Okay, a little callback there to last year to the 12-day war. So he's citing our involvement there. He may also be citing our involvement against the Houthis in Yemen, which we had to retreat in disgrace. We lost a F-18. It's at the bottom of the Red Sea now. We're factoid there if you didn't know about that. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Soleimani and by defeating ISIS. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that should you strike now, there is a clear path to swift victory. This is a powerful statement. This is a big deal. This was a lie and is the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nations the lives of thousands of best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times, wow, and a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel.
That's important right there. This is the most important thing in the letter.
Unheard of.
Yeah, that's important. We'll get back to that though.
And here's the thing, just a little break in the action here. Because of how insane the Iran war is, because of the media deluge, because of how much everyone's on social media, this is unprecedented. This is like Watergate level stuff. This is a massive deal. And in any other time or place in the country, in the dialogue of politics and media, this would be, and it is the biggest thing right now, but it'll be swamped out soon. Do not forget this. Share this with your loved ones and relatives. I saw it had 60 million views, which was incredible. I mean, everyone needs to have read this document. Everyone needs to look into this guy's background. This isn't a Mark Levin or a me, for that matter, sitting somewhere at AC doing a show. This is a Special Forces commando who was like handpicked and selected because he was a good guy, a great guy to be in government. And even like the state plants realize that this stuff is evil and wrong and that it's hurt them and their loved ones. And that Israel is responsible.
Yeah, it's huge. And the fact that he said that the Syria war was orchestrated through Israel, People need to recognize that he's talking about ISIS. That is 1000% Israel's junkyard dog. This is why
Sure.
ISIS has never attacked Israel, because Israel controls them. That's one of their proxies. And by him saying that that war was orchestrated and how Trump defeated ISIS and all of that, it's because they've always been our guy.
Yep.
No name McCain was over there training ISIS.
That's
Okay.
right.
This is all fact. This is all true. And his wife died because an Israeli proxy killed her, not because
Yes.
we were fighting against terrorism. And that is the most important thing in that whole entire letter, in my opinion.
Yes, I 100% agree. I'm going to finish the letter and then I'm going to play the first clip. Now, when I play the clip, we're going to play the clips and all the way through. They're all like 3 to 2 to like a minute long.
That's
I
cool.
have to mute myself. Anthony will still have audio if you want to chime in or give commentary. Still dealing with that StreamYard issue. I pray that you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. And see, the bold action is leaving. That's what the bold action is. And that's because we're occupied nation. We've been forced into this conflict for no reason other than to serve another empire.
Yep.
So you can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further towards decline and chaos. You hold the cards. Speak in Trump's language. It was an honor to serve in your administration, to serve our nation, Joe Kent.
It's sad. Yeah.
Oh, look what happens when you talk about the boogeyman. You're not supposed to talk about the thing that's under the bed. You're supposed to leave it alone and give it milk and cookies. He didn't do that. He talked about it, and now the boogeyman is coming out from under the bed. Breaking, the FBI is investigating Joe Kent.
Yep. As a leaker.
Go figure. We don't need to watch it. I just wanted to give that headline.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, the smear campaign is coming at full speed. And the crazy thing is that there's a lot of MAGA influencers that believe it. Or if they don't believe it, they're using it to smear Joe Kent. You know, people like Cat Turd and others that have never seen a battlefield. I mean, you're talking about this guy, 11 tours. That's kind of unheard of, honestly. Like,
right.
You usually get killed, after a couple. 11 is a lot. Like, God is on this man's side, obviously. And all these people that are calling him a traitor, calling him a pussy. I see people in MAGA calling this guy a pussy. Can you imagine calling
that's
this
perfect.
dude a pussy?
You're 350 pounds. You're at the RV park, and you love President Trump. I love you, President Trump. And you got the Cheeto fingers, and you're ready to fight. You're in Cat Turd's litter box. You're a litter mate.
It's insane, bro. It's insane.
What happens in the litter box stays in litter box. We'll play this. I'll show you something even crazier than that. Check out what Joe Kent said about Charlie Kirk and how important he was.
And then, Charlie Kirk is killed publicly in a very horrific way. And we're not really even allowed to look into that at all. And Charlie Kirk was one of President Trump's closest advisors. And he also advocated heavily against a war with Iran. He was in the Oval Office in the lead up to the 12-day war. I wasn't particularly close with Charlie. He was very gracious to me when I was running for Congress, very, very supportive. So we knew each other. And the last time I saw Charlie Kirk on this earth was in June in the West Wing in the stairway. And I said hi to him, and he looked me in the eye, and he said very loudly, and you've been in the West Wing. It's small. It's a tight space. And he said, Joe, stop us from getting into a war with Iran. Very loudly.
He was single-minded.
And he walked off, and he went, I believe, into the Oval. So when one of President Trump's closest advisors, who is vocally advocating for us to not go to war with Iran and for us to rethink at least our relationship with the Israelis, and then he's suddenly publicly assassinated, and we're not allowed to ask any questions about that. It's a data point. It's a data point that we need to look into.
What do you mean when you say we're not allowed to ask any questions about that?
We've been told that this individual, Robinson, is a lone gunman, and maybe he is. But the investigation that I was a part of, the National Counterterrorism Center was a part of, we were stopped from continuing to investigate. And the FBI will say that they stopped that because they wanted to turn everything over to the Utah state authorities. Everything's going to trial. It's very, very sensitive. But there was still a lot for us to look into that I can't really get into. But there was still linkage for us to investigate that we needed to run down. And I'm not making any conclusions. I'm not saying
No, I don't think you are.
because, because of this happened. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying there's unanswered questions. We know the pressure because of the text messages that have been made public, that Charlie was under a lot of pressure from a lot of pro-Israel donors. And again, we know Charlie was advocating to President Trump against this war with Iran.
Wow. So Charlie Kirk, he was real against that war in Iran. You can talk about him being pro-Israel or whatever you want to say. Charlie Kirk was a passionate anti-war, outspoken pro-peace advocate. And you can see him here talking to Joe Kent, being passionate, saying loudly so everyone else could hear him, like, stop this war in Iran, basically. Don't let this war in Iran happen. So what happens? He gets killed. And, oh, we don't need you to investigate. We're going to turn it over to the state authority. They're going to take care of it now. And it's just like what? Like, it's literally like it's like a fat plantation owner from the 1800s walks up and goes, well, this is a mighty fine case you got down here. I think I'm just going to spirit this away now so we can take care of it. And it's just like, what are we supposed to believe, man? And here's the thing. I went into it in depth. I watched 5 episodes of the Candace Owens show. I don't believe Mitch Snow's story about Fort Echuca and whatever. And I get it. And I go into it all. I'm familiar with the information. It doesn't take 12 colonels in a room. My dad makes this point and people call him control. I totally agree with him on this, by the way, 100%. You don't need 12 colonels in a room to decide to kill somebody. The decision is made, and then you have Tyler Robinson take a shot, and you have another guy take a shot, and the other guy that takes a shot actually killed him. I feel like that's very simple to say. That's what I believe about Charlie Kirk. Now, there is all sorts of speculation about, the blood didn't get on that guy who said all the blood got on him, and people think a microphone blew up and something. What's your opinion on that? Let's get into that a little bit.
I've talked about it on here before. I think it's a psyop, but I think that if he was dead, if I actually thought he was dead, I know for a fact Tyler Robinson didn't shoot a 30-06. I'll tell you that, especially from the video.
Well, he's a man of steel. You see
the neck, the neck. There's
if some crackhead dies in like a street fight with another hobo with like a sharp end of a Starbucks cup or whatever, they give you an autopsy. They're like, well, the crackhead got his femoral artery severed, and he bled out and died. And they give you the medical report. Like, there's like an 80-year gag order on the case. No one can talk about it. No one can know anything. Tyler Robinson comes in, just kind of pre-programmed. Like, I do believe it's bullshit, but I do think he really died.
Yeah, that, like I said, when things like this come about, and I see, Joe Kent talking about that, why they would take him out, I could kind of get on board that he's dead, but just everything that surrounds it makes me believe that he's not dead, just because of just how weird everything is around it. He's in a menorah. They did it on a certain day. They did it on the eclipse, the day before 9/11. The whole entire Eric Kirk thing is just absolutely insane. We could go into that for about an hour talking about her. Just everything totally strange. His body being just sent to JD Vance right away. No autopsy, no videos allowed coming from the hospital. No real reports of an ambulance going anywhere. The blood not being on the ground, not really being anywhere. Just that one first blurt. Now you have this video that just came out. Candace put out from the back. You see nothing from the back at all but his necklace. I mean, it's very weird. Usually when you get shot with a bullet, there's a lot more proof that you got shot with a bullet.
Maybe it's magic. Who knows?
The magic bullet.
Who knows, man? Like, it's crazy to think about. But here's my thing. This is why I think he's dead. This is why I write things down now, because I'm so retarded that I forget them.
No, you're good.
Write it down on a piece of paper. Think about the logic of killing him. You have a guy that organically built like the largest political campaigning mechanism in the country from a grassroots level with thousands of offices and who knows, God knows how many members, right?
Yeah.
So you have this guy running this system, and he's pro-Trump, he's pro-administration, he's very pro-Israel, he loves Israel. That's what got him in bed with all the people. That's what got him the connections, whether he knew it or not. And I love Charlie Kirk. I think Charlie Kirk was a great guy, but he was very pro-Israel, so he got pushed really hard. But he's very anti-war, and he's more anti-war than he is pro-Israel. And if you just take him out, it's like, if you were able to do a brain transplant, you take the brain out and then you put another brain in, and then bing, bang, boom, you got the body walking around doing what you want. The problem with that kind of surgery is that it doesn't work. And that's what you've seen with Erica Kirk, because she is a complete, like, she comes out with the WWE and all of that. It's just, it's another level.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, when I hear things like that, I can get more on board that they would kill him and get rid of him. But part of me also feels like all this could be planted just to, make it seem that way. But it's definitely weird in every single way possible, especially the fact that the FBI is not allowing counterterrorism to look into probably one of the craziest assassinations next to Trump's attempt, in JFK in our country. So, I mean, just everything that is involved with the Charlie Kirk situation makes me think it's a psyop or it was Israel. There's no in between for me with anything else. It's definitely not Tyler Robinson.
Whoa. I thought we blamed the trans people and it's radical trans terrorism. So wouldn't that be the counterterrorism? Because that's what Facts. They say. Like everything's the fault of the evil trans or whatever. It's not the evil Zionist mafia running everything. It's certainly not them. But we'll go ahead and play the next clip. This is him talking about Israeli intelligence and what they exactly do regarding our government.
You're not some guy on Twitter. You're a senior, as of yesterday, you were a senior U.S. Intelligence official who's not hostile to President Trump, who's not here to write a tell-all book or launch a media career. So I think you're a sober voice.
I know people are saying it's quiet. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to turn up the system audio. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I think it's a system audio problem. Here we go. We're going to try it now.
Voice on this.
Louder.
And just to be clear, there was no intelligence that showed an imminent threat. There was no intelligence that showed they were on the cusp of building a nuclear weapon. There was no intelligence, indeed, that showed they were trying to build a nuclear weapon. And nobody said, I've seen it, but you haven't. It exists, but you just haven't seen it. Did you ever hear anybody say there is intel that shows this?
I did not know, but I know how this works. I know the Israeli officials, some in intelligence, some in government, will come to U.S. government officials, and they will say all kinds of things that we know from our intelligence just simply isn't true. And they'll say, hey, I'm giving you a preview. It's not in intelligence channels yet, but here's what's going to happen. And that doesn't usually come to
wait a second. I mean, I thought that U.S. policymakers made their decisions on the basis of intelligence collected and or vetted by our intelligence. That's why we have intelligence agencies that soak up hundreds of billions a year. But you're saying that Israeli officials short-circuited the entire U.S. government and just went right to American policymakers and said, it doesn't matter what your country says, here's what we know. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, usually they're pretty slick, and they'll say, hey, this isn't in intelligence channels yet because it's going to take some time to get there. And here they're on the cusp of building a bomb. They're going to, I don't know, you pick your topic. A lot of times they'll sample different things until they find what sticks. But in general, the narrative about, they're going to do a preemptive attack, or really just they're going to build a nuclear weapon. And if we don't stop them now, they're going to build a nuclear weapon. And enrichment is the pathway to that. They're going to continue enriching at whatever percent. Enrichment became the narrative. And so that hung up and that short circuited and really sabotaged the entire negotiations, because the Iranians basically said, like, we're not going to negotiate if the whole starting point is no enrichment. And again, that had nothing to do with a nuclear weapon, and the Iranians essentially agreed to that. So the Israelis came in, they moved that red line, and they would do a lot to say, like, oh, they're enriching. And you know what that means? That means in X amount of time, they could have a nuclear bomb. You have to ask now. And then the way the ecosystem would work is that the talking heads on TV, your Mark Levin's, Sean Hannity's, et cetera, they would say basically the exact same thing that night on TV, or there would be a piece written in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, that would say something very, very similar. Yet, if you looked in classified intelligence, we didn't see any of that.
You're not some guy.
I'm sorry.
Before we go into this, we have major breaking news right now.
Okay.
Major. Trump just called out Israel.
You're kidding.
Swear to God.
I need the DM immediately. We'll get that pulled up right now.
Yeah. This is huge.
Bibi Netanyahu, he raped me up the ass. He used a big one on me. Let me tell you right now, folks, I don't want to do it anymore. I only ate two kids, and they were kind of, they were grown up. They were like 11, 12 years old. Okay. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay, we have breaking news. Go over what it was again, Anthony, before I throw it up here. Breaking news. Breaking news. Trump versus Israel. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Trump is calling out Israel right now for the bombing of the oil refineries.
President Trump criticized Israel for striking Iran's South Pars oil field. Israel, out of anger for what is taking place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility known as the South Pars gas field in Iran. A relatively small section of the whole has been hit. The United States knew nothing of this particular attack, and the country of Qatar was in no way, shape, or form involved in it, nor to have any idea of what was going to happen. Unfortunately, Iran did not know this or any of the pertinent facts pertaining to the South Pars attack, and has unjustifiably and unfairly attacked a portion of Qatar's LNG gas facility. No more attacks will be made by Israel. The first time he's ever given him a command. That's interesting. We'll see how Netanyahu reacts to that. Pertaining to this extremely important and valuable gas field, unless Iran unwisely decides to attack a very innocent, in this case, Qatar, in which instance, sorry, it's late, guys. The United States of America, with or without the help or consent of Israel, will massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field, an amount of strength and power that Iran has never seen or witnessed before. I do not want to authorize this level of violence and destruction because of the long-term implications that it will have on the future of Iran. But if Qatar's LNG is again attacked, I will not hesitate to do so. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Is this another fake out?
I don't know.
Scheme?
Is Netanyahu actually dead? Is this why he would do this? Like, that's the only thing that would make sense of that situation, to call out Israel like that, especially like he put it in caps. Yeah, this one's crazy. Now I wonder if Iran's going to come back to the talking table and tell them like, hey, we don't want this. Let's end it. Could this be what, I mean, is this possible? Could end the war?
Well, this could be an initial negotiating point. You know, if they don't strike back, if they show kind of some goodwill or some good faith, and if Israel attacks again, if they do something illegal that they're not supposed to do, that Trump actually cares about, I don't know. This is a big deal. But like he personalizes and kind of anthropomorphizes the nation. He says that the nation has done this out of anger. He gives them a command. He says no more attacks will be made by Israel. It could also be a fake out 100%. Like this could be the setup for a larger attack. This is a big deal. Wow.
Yeah. That's why I stopped the whole thing. Because when I saw that, I was like, we have to talk about this now. This is huge. This is huge. As someone said, I wouldn't call that a call out. It's more than he's done. Pulled out the chair for Benjamin Netanyahu.
And this is what the boomer said. Like, it's not shades of black and white. It's living color. I'm not calling you out like that, T-Blood. I'm not making fun of you. I love you. I appreciate you, bro. But here's the thing. This is 1% more than 0%, and he's done 0%. So this is seismic compared to everything else. You have the cracks beginning to show. You have the Joe Kent leaving, and not 24 hours after that happens, you have Trump coming out at least partially against Israel or their action.
Yeah, it's big, dude.
Really big deal.
That's big in my opinion. I hope this would end the war, man. I really do. I hope that this is.
I want to get hopeful. Unfortunately, I think that
we're doomers.
He's been designed to have his head in the sand, but I don't know.
I agree, but I mean, I think the Joe, like you just said, I think the Joe Kent thing is a complete catalyst to the ending of this war and maybe even cutting off Zionism from the country. But is there a deeper rooted thing that could come out of this? You know, could this be like the fall of Babylon and then the beast system rises? Like, who knows?
Well, we listened to Joe Kent in that last clip that we played. We listened to him talk about kind of the trickle-down effect of Israeli so-called intelligence, which is, like you said, they cycle things, they see what sticks, and then once they have something that gets the politician to jump how they want them to jump, they give that to them, they give that to the media feeds it to the politician feeds it to the media to sound smart. I have evidence from Mossad. They talk to me. I'm a big guy. It's like, well, you're just a total pawn, puppet, bottom of the barrel, bottom of the totem pole. But that's how that intelligence gets disseminated, and they push it in our media. I mean, with all the talk of disinformation, misinformation, it must be regulated. Shouldn't that stuff be regulated?
Oh,
Shouldn't
definitely.
it be illegal for a foreign government to program our geriatric president on Fox News to destroy the world?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's going to be interesting is what we see what Laura Loomer and Mark Levin and them say about this.
Excellent point.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Are they going to attack Trump? Because that will really, really tilt the table on them.
Well, that's the thing. That's what's such a big deal about this. And this is what I'll say to T-Blatt, who makes the point of it not being a call out. Now, the people that are sycophantic supporters of Trump, that literally every tweet he does, everything he says, they comment, they quote tweet, they make videos, they make public statements. They go like, I support this. Are you going to support this too? Do you have to call Israel out for doing things out of anger? And you agree with President Trump's command?
Yeah. What's Gunther Eagleman going to say about this?
Yeah, exactly. What will Cat Turd say? What will Cat Turd say? Ooh,
It's going to be interesting.
I have a Cat Turd tweet, actually. Let me put this in here. Can you feel it? The dying of the cancerous doomer. See, of course, the boomer fears the doomer because it's the natural enemy. You see, the cancerous doomer, everything's the Jew fault. Black pill, TDS frauds. They're broken record retards. I'm Cat Turd. Everyone I know is bored with these fake losers. Let's see what let's do a little check-in. What's going on over here? What is going on? I'm Cat Turd. Roll Tide. All right, I'll stop. The turd you can't flush. Yeah, no shit. No pun intended. Like literally, bro. Oh my. Good grief, man. All right, let's see. LMAO, I started exposing all the woke right frauds with receipts and magically started getting throttled. Imagine that. He claims that he's being deplatformed. He claims that he's shadow banned.
Yeah, he's not. People just don't agree with him. He's losing
like
support.
A Down syndrome version of Agent Smith. He doesn't know what he is. They don't like what I say on here no more. And it's like, well, you're like working for the state. Of course, people are your engagement's going to drop off when Trump's involved in a war that's killing people. Okay,
exactly.
I'm producing big time receipts and getting throttled, winky face. I'm going to continue to produce receipts on these scumbags. Are you with me? Okay. Do you want me to keep going? That's what he tells the rented company. Okay.
Yeah, the White House posted it. Rapid Response posted it. This is going to be super interesting what Jews say about this, man. I really think they're going to attack him for it. What do you think?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said I think that the Jews are going to start attacking Trump.
We'll see. I don't think so. I think he'll be brought back into the fold. Well, look at this from Cat Turd. Like you said, 11 deployments, Joe Kent. They're both my enemies now. Get ready for me to go nuclear. It's okay. All right. Well, what are you gonna do? You gonna tweet more? I tweet more too, but I don't. I'm not a soldier for Trump. I'm not a soldier in media. I'm just a guy with my phone, man. Like you're just a fat old dude with your phone, a boomer. You're a boomer with a cell phone. It should be taken away.
It definitely should be.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go talk to him and his family about it. You know.
Yeah, they got to take Grandpa's cell phone. It's a big problem.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting now that this has come out to the fold. Like you said, like we're gonna see what happens, but I don't know. It's like everybody, even the people that, you know, not at the Cat's Herd level, but people that are still like kicking the can down the road to support Trump, even they're questioning the Israel stuff now. You know, maybe they're not questioning Trump. They think he's playing some 5D chess game. But now that the words like Israel and something actual, you know, him trying to reprimand them, that coming out, that's going to absolutely tilt the table on the Zionist movement in America. You know, just the fact that he uttered even those little bit of words that he did, T-Blatt, like, I think that is going to be a catalyst to a lot of interpretation to what comes next.
Yeah, I haven't seen any commentary on it from Cat Turd or Gunther Eagleman besides Cat Turd declaring Joe Kent to be his enemy. Of course, that's old news now that the new Trump thing has dropped. Let's see what Loomer's up to. Let's see what she's got going on. We'll check Mark Levin as well. Marky Mark. I'm gonna be hosting the War Room on Friday, I think.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's just her in India. Last year, Joe Kent, without any evidence at all, suggested that I work for Mossad. It spread like wildfire online among Muslims and neo-Nazis who use these claims to smear me as a Jewish foreign agent. Shortly after, a deranged neo-Nazi in Texas who was plotting to murder me in Florida because he thought I was an Israeli agent was extradited to Florida, arrested, and charged for making anti-Semitic death threats against my life. I find it funny how Joe Kent is now the one who is under FBI investigation for leaking classified information, but he had the audacity to once suggest I am a foreign spy because I dared to call him an ODNI Gov out. Just a reminder, I think she's talking about Tulsi Gabbard as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. She wants Tulsi out immediately.
Just a reminder that when the woke Reich accuses people of being disloyal and being spies for Israel, that's what you're supposed to say is Israel, Izrul. It's the woke right that is actually leaking and sharing information with bad actors at the expense of our national security. Okay, let's see if Levin has anything to say. Is that trending on Twitter? Is the Trump tweet trending on Twitter? For those of you guys that are just joining us, Trump has come out somewhat against Israel, against their latest attack, has said they did it out of anger. And it's not a political statement. You know, it's a statement of fact, which is the first one we've gotten out of him in a very, very long time. So I would say years.
I'm going to send you something else. I don't know if this is real or not, though. So, but I'm sending it to you because this is also huge if this is true.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's brand new. Hold on. It's getting sent all around right now. I don't know if this is true or
Mark
not.
Levin. I'm the great one. I'm the important man. I'm Mark Levin.
Check.
Tucker
I don't know.
Carlson.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely try to say something about Trump. Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna look at what you sent me now. You sent it to me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not though, but I'm seeing a lot of people posting it.
Uh-oh. That can't be right.
I don't know. A lot of people are posting it. Just type it into the search.
I'm gonna ask Grok. I'm gonna ask the Mecca Netanyahu question.
Yeah, ask. I don't know if that's real or not. That's why I didn't want to say it out loud. But if it is, that's fucking gigantic. That's as big as
okay. The video appears to be misrepresented footage matching Reuters March 5th fact check of Ukrainian's munition depot explosion, falsely linked to the event.
Okay.
But they did say that we're going to hit it if we did stuff, and we did just hit them again, or Israel hit them again. This is the type of thing Trump's trying to prevent.
Yeah, and Qatar got hit as well. Another one of their gas buns got hit. So
I'm gonna check Dominic. I'm gonna check Dominic's page for updates. This is also, he's been on the show numerous times. Phenomenal guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a great guy. Gives great updates, great live updates. New Trump considering deploying thousands of additional U.S. forces into the Middle East. Pentagon is seeking $200 billion for the Iran war. Keep in mind, they tell you there's no food for you and your family. They tell you there's no roads for you and your family. They tell you there's no houses, no health care, no insurance, all this stuff. It's too expensive. You can't have it. They don't have the money for it. They always have the money for another war. And if you combine this with the Ukraine spending, it's well over $500 billion. You can't tell me if we spent that money at home, it wouldn't do good. Keep in mind, they told you that it was $5 billion to build the wall and that Trump was evil for wanting to do that in 2017. Okay. Like and this is why, you're talking about the bloodlines and the fucking, the plot of the Trump and all of that. Like, this is why that's more reasonable than what these people believe. Ultimately, and I understand it more, and I think it's more logical, even if I don't necessarily agree 100%. New U.S. accumulating forces for a 3-hour tour, a
Yeah.
3-hour tour, like Gilligan's Island. You ever seen Gilligan's Island?
Of
For
course.
a weeks-long operation to see Strait of Hormuz. It ain't going to be weak. It going to be a month. It's going to be years. It's going to be Ukraine. It's going to be Russia, Ukraine, but we are the Russians in this case.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, bro. We sit here and we talk about it over and over and over again. The audience must be tired of hearing this, but like, how long will we accept this? Like, how long will the normies walk around and not want to hear it? Because when I was doing the Man on the Street interview, when I was doing the Man on the Street thing, like the vast majority of people, and I literally asked everybody, like, I'm out there on the street, it's sales. It's like putting out a line, just trying to get conversion rate. It's like, your thoughts on the war on Iran or in Iran, no judgment. Your thoughts on the war in Iran, no judgment. Let us know. Pro, anti-war, let us know. Are you anti-war? Are you pro-war? Let us know. I asked probably 80 people, maybe more, maybe close to 100. I asked a ton of people, and the vast majority of them, I'd say like 4/5 of the people, maybe even more than that. Yeah, you know, like 10% of the people even told me no. Most people, they just walk by you. And it's just like, I ignore it. I'm an accountant. I work at the shoe store. I'm an academic. I'm a college student, whatever. It doesn't involve me. I'm not going to be able to affect change. And then the people that you do talk to, a lot of them, you know, like 4 or 5 of them, they had the right spirit. And they called out Israel. They're like, no more war in the Middle East. This doesn't benefit us. This is just screwing America. But you get the people like the boomer, and really it's the least common example. Only one guy out of like the 90 people that I asked was passionate enough about being pro-war to talk to me about it and to try to argue for it. Everyone else was neutral, didn't want to talk about it because they know it's bad or anti. And once the shift in the population grows from like the gas being $6 or like $8 a gallon or even more, God knows how high it could go. They're talking about $200 a barrel if things continue. Those people that don't care, they're going to be forced to care. And guess what? They're not going to migrate over to the pro-war bracket. That's not what's going to happen. They're going to go over to being incredibly anti-war. So like I'm going to keep doing Man on the Street stuff to track public opinion. But when this is still going on, sadly, regrettable, I wish it would end tomorrow. When this is going on in 2 months, it's going to be a lot of a different environment. And those boomers are going to be hiding in their basements.
For sure. I'm praying it doesn't go on for 2 more months. I'm hoping that there's an off-ramp here soon. Probably not, though. Yeah.
T-Blet says $20 a pound steaks. Yeah, that's coming, bro.
For sure.
Like that's close. That's like $5. That'll be there in 6 months.
Yeah. $200 barrels of oil, you said. I saw that as well. Go up to $250 even, I saw. Which is insane.
It's crazy how the paths of empires mirror each other. Like we're in Weimar Republic, Germany right now. That it's everything's gonna be. You're gonna need a wheelbarrow full of dollars to buy bread in a few years. And like that's the thing about these people. Like they must think that they're all gonna cut and run and probably move to Israel or wherever. Because when things get really bad here, when it becomes like Brazil and like civil order melts down because there's not enough money for the government to pay for things anymore. It's gonna be over. And these politicians, like I'm not saying this as an endorsement. I don't want this to happen. Peaceful, politically nonviolent. I like Gandhi, basically. Those are my views of Martin Luther King. You guys killed the CIA, probably listening. Whatever. Hello. Here's the thing: there are gonna be events that make January 6th look like a cupcake Willy Wonka Oompa Loompa song. We're going to descend into a realm in which we really do not want to be. And at that point, most of the boomers will still be here, and they're going to have to deal with the consequences of their actions because I think the collapse is coming.
I agree.
What's your outlook on that, time frame wise?
I think a lot of these people, and this is not a threat towards them, but a lot of the people on the internet that say these talking points, you know, the Cat Turds, the Gunther Engelmans, and all these people, I think that they're going to get roped in as traitors as well. You know, that they're
collaborating.
They're propagandists, you know?
Yeah.
And people, I mean, you could go to their comment sections and see what people think about them. No one is for them. They get ratioed every single day. Eric Daughtry, all these people, they're getting ratioed. The White House is getting ratioed. There's no one that is in true agreement with anything that Trump has done as thus far, honestly.
Well, hey, I mean, maybe it's like this, he's a little off, but he's got the spirit. Maybe their spirit of banning people and deplatforming people for being dangerous and spreading misinformation, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to do that for a foreign government. Maybe we should look into that a little bit. Maybe that should be a crime. Maybe that's fraud.
Well, they are trying to do that to Tucker when Laura Loomer is literally
Right.
an Israeli propagandist. Like, it's
Yep.
insane. But we have fallen so far from grace in this country, and that if this is our last chance of anything, I feel, and we're on thin ice of that last chance. I mean, we're about to break. I agree. I think we're going to fall into a civil war here pretty soon. I think people are going to get real tired of it. I think that if Trump keeps on shoveling the Israel stuff into people's throats, especially with people like Joe Kent and others coming out and speaking against it, I think that the narrative is going to collapse. And once again, this is not something that I agree with or I believe in, but I think that it's going to be a dangerous place in America for Jewish people, just of any kind. And they're going to have to move to Israel because people are fucking sick of it. And I'm not the crazy guy. You're not the crazy guy, but there are some crazy guys out there.
Sure. And it's like my dad says, like, you're not going to be safe in your bunker. And like everyone knows that. But hey, we got sheepdogs for the system. We got good goy time. It's a good goy break on the show. We're going to check in with one of the goodest goys around. Now, who do you think that could be?
Oh, wow.
Who is it?
It's not. Is it Catturd? No, it can't be.
No. All right. You get 2 more guesses. That was pretty good, but this guy's more official than Catturd.
More official than Catturd.
But not in the government.
Not in the government. More official than Catturd.
Let's see in the chat, too. We'll let this go for a minute. If anyone's got an answer, go ahead, Anthony. Got two more guesses.
Goodest goy. Dang, this is hard.
Very extremely good goy.
Officer Talmud.
Oh, that's close. That's close. I'll give you another hint. This guy, he might be of a similar ethnicity to you. Maybe.
He's an Italian.
It's right there, bro.
Joey Saladino.
No, I'll give you one more because this is fun. I'm sorry to yank your chain a little bit, but this is fun. Good goy segment. Who is the good goy of the show?
He's an Italian. Okay. Fuck, who's Italian? That's a good goy. I'm pretty stumped here.
All right. We're gonna go to it. You're gonna look at him and you're gonna be like, of course. This just dropped. He's sheepdogging for the administration yet again.
Oh, I consider him black.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
he was
black? Sicilian. I don't know about that. I didn't know about that. Well, go ahead and roll it. Dan Bongino.
Sean, this is cowardly by these people who you mentioned who are doing this, because what they do is they call out Donald Trump's entire cabinet and circle of friends and advisors, but they never call out Trump because they know they'll get crushed like a bug. They know it, and then the grift dries up.
They know that my big boss will come in and squash him like a bug. You see, that's why he's the main man. That's why I'm his top guy. That's why I'm Mr. Bongino. Come on, walk in here. And it's just like, it's like what are these analogies? Like it's literally like it's kindergarten mafia.
They never call out.
My boss Trump is gonna squash you like a bug, and they don't want the grift to die, so they know they gotta support Trump. So like it's in there. Like if you don't want the grift to die, then you have to support Trump. Like every time he admits to something, it's like that other clip where he's like, and you's all in the media, you like popcorn throwers, right? And we're in the arena and we're sparring and we're throwing the left and we're throwing the right and we're doing the jump kick. He's like, yeah, you're sparring, like you're training. It's a choreographed experience. Like it's not a real fight. And like everything he says is an admission. I'm sorry. I love.
No, he definitely is. He definitely is the good goy. You got that one.
Trump because they know they'll get crushed like a bug. They know it, and then the grift dries up. Then the money dries up. So what they do is because they have no balls. You say it again. No balls. Grow a pair. They don't want to take them on directly.
Oh my gosh.
You have no balls. You have no balls at all. You're bullshit. You're garbage. You're garbage. Like, I'm
is
sorry.
He on coke? Is he coked up?
He might be. Like he is a
Bro,
little
he seems
shiny.
geeked, bro.
I get a little shiny too. It's part of being bald. You kind of know this, but Like
geeked.
he is geeked. He does look geeked.
Because he will crush them. So they go about
Look at his
attacking
jaw.
everyone else. They do this all the time. And this, I call this the Donald Trump has no agency theory. Like Donald Trump doesn't have the ability to think for himself. You've known him longer than I have. I had the pleasure of working for him.
Oh yeah, he's on
You
cocaine.
don't know jack squat.
Dude, he's like looking at the camera and he's like, I had the pleasure of working with him. Like fucking
Cocaine,
Manson
bro.
lamp beams, dude. It's just they grow these people in a lab, and this is why your hypothesis is seeming more and more correct. It's like what is this?
Yeah.
What is going on? What is going on here?
Cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Uh-oh.
I mean, look at his face. He's like sniffing and his jaw's moving all over the place. And I mean, he's talking about grifters. He's the biggest grifter of all time.
Literally.
He's the definition of a grifter. And he's saying that we got no balls. You got no balls. You wouldn't even stop a sex trafficking ring.
That's right.
That's no balls. That's no balls.
Literally, he basically ran for an appointment for that position for like a decade off of saying like, do not let this go. Like we will investigate these files to the ends of the earth, I believe was the language that he used. Wow.
Yeah,
But all right, good
no
goy
balls.
segment. Good to go around. Scroll my feed. We'll see what's going on. What's going on here?
And we need to stop the dance. We need to stop the dance. The dance is not, it was funny in the beginning. The Trump dance needs to go. He's jerking off two guys. It's embarrassing. He's dancing to like the number one gay song of all time, YMCA.
That is true.
It's made for gay people. And he's jerking off two guys while dancing. It needs to go. It's not funny. We
never
need to
thought
stop.
of it that way before.
Yeah. It's gay as fuck.
Yeah, you see, even like raped goy slaves. We're all raped goy slaves to a certain extent, so I won't trash him too hard. The quartering Jeremy, even he reckoned. Here's the thing: like these people that give these non-answers, like it's like I do political broadcast. I'm too scared to have actual opinion. It's like, who the fuck are you? Well,
Yeah.
like, why would a guy be interested in watching another guy sit on a fence? Well, that's literally that's what their shows are, Anthony. That's what the quartering show is like it's a guy that sets up a tripod in the middle of his yard and then goes and sits on his fence. It's like, I'm sitting on the fence. Welcome to the Quarterings broadcast. And it's like, you don't have a real fucking opinion. You're too cowardly to have one.
SpaghettiOs.
He pinned this from 9 hours ago. I think they will get it under control before it peaks at $4 talking about gas. They don't have anything under control.
No.
Like, okay, man. All right.
Oh, wait.
I feel so incredibly confident. This is another good goal. You're 100% right. In holding to my principles, while a lot of talking heads are chasing clicks, all continue to do what has brought me a politically diverse audience over the past decade, which is just like people passing through who don't realize that you have no opinions. Unlike many, you're a filter feeder, like one of those fish they put in the aquarium to keep the algae off the side of it. Unlike many of these clowns, I've been through the highs and lows. Oh, okay. All right. All right. And, like this is not an opinion. That's not an opinion. Why should anyone take you seriously? Like he can't even come out against Israel. He can't even do it. And it's like right here for you to do. It's a layup from the president. I never thought we'd get something like that before. Good for him. We love people that own dogs. Like photo of dog.
That's the only thing we'll give you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all these people are cowards.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. I want you to make your point. I was looking for this, and this is the whole point of what I was saying about the quartering. Is I do have substance to this. Okay, he's like, shout out this guy for having this is I have the reasonable opinion. I'm smart. I went to big person school. Like that. That's literally what this is. And you're gonna watch a guy here defend the state, have no argument, circular, non sequitur, justification, lesser of two evils talk. And this is this guy's argument. He doesn't even give a caption or an addition to the critique. He just backs the critique. So I just want to play this, Anthony. And we're gonna tear it apart. And of course, look, he works for Glenn Beck.
Before
works
we
for
even play
Israel.
it, is that a fucking statue of Trump as Buddha?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right. We're going to play it now.
Is it true or is it not that things are actually moving in the right direction? So you're saying everything's perfect? Let me repeat myself. Is it true or is it not that things are moving in the right direction? Is it true or is it not that we've had net negative migration for the first time in our lifetimes? Is it true or is it not that we used to articulate that 10 years ago as a win condition, 5 years ago as a win condition? Is it true or is it not that we have gutted anti-white discrimination at the federal level? Is it true? We have spent literally hours reminding people how many victories we are racking up, and it's not perfect. Military involvement in Iran. I don't like that. That's a point for you. You can have that. Does this have potential to be very bad? Of course. Yeah, we have talked about that. As of now, does it seem to at least be going like maybe about as okay as it could given the situation? Like, yeah, probably. That seems to basically be the case. So my point is not that we have to be satiated. My point is not that we just have to accept this as good enough and take no.
Bro.
All right. Well, this is a fast talking shyster. That's why I'm glad I got my trusty notepad here so we can write down what he's saying. So he's stating a lot of things like they're self-evident, and he's creating a paradigm in there on which you're supposed to operate. He goes, yeah, well, I don't like that we did it. That's a point for you. That's a point for you. You're allowed to not like that we did it. But hey, like it's what we expected, right? And it could it go bad? Sure, but it's kind of going good. And it's like Americans are dead. The Middle East is on fire. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. We spent tens of billions of dollars, just past a $200 billion aid package to it. We're fighting this war on behalf of Israel. It's not even our war. You're allowed to have that one. No, MIGA, that's unacceptable. Like it's just this completely a false paradigm. He goes, well, at least the white people aren't being discriminated against anymore. And it's like the whole country is being discriminated against, MIGA. They call us Goyim. Okay, it's the anti-white discrimination. I'm John Doyle. I'm a little turd. And it's like the whole country is considered Goyim. We fight slave wars for Israel, hundreds of billions of dollars, Americans dead, oil fields on fire, Strait of Hormuz closed, global economic depression, meltdown incoming right now. I'll allow you to have that one. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But who the fuck is this guy? This little 5'5" turtlet creature.
Turtlet creature. Yeah, it couldn't have gotten any worse, honestly. It's gone as bad as it possibly could go, and it could get much worse. So what he's saying that, oh, it's not that bad, it's fucking horrible. We're getting our radar systems blown up by lawnmowers. Like it couldn't get worse than that, dude. Like literally
it's
slow moving
as
lawnmowers.
bad as it could be. Like what are you talking about? And these are the people that are like, I'm gonna have an argument and destroy you with facts and logic. And you're like, okay, can I show you 200 pictures of the burning bases in the Middle East?
Yeah.
It's like, well, actually, it was a strategic decision. It's a staging protocol. We have other places where we can do logistics.
It's like you are just lying. You're just a fucking liar.
Yeah, it's insane.
Dude, all right, we'll keep playing it. You see what I'm talking about?
Playing.
And this is why I go in on the quartering. He ain't brave enough to make a statement. He ain't brave enough to do a debate. He ain't brave enough to do a stream with me. But he brave enough to retweet this twinkish turtlet who is making justifications for American murder.
Further issue with literally anything. Like I am very aware of the words that I say and the meaning that those words convey. Like when I say that I believe Donald Trump will save the world, I'm very aware of how grand of a task that is. I'm very aware of how incredible of a task that is. I promise you, I'm quite aware of the scale. But my point is that this is the only thing that
people that think they can talk and use their talent for ill really disgust me. Like he's just doing the rhetorical tap dance. He thinks it sounds pretty when words come out of his mouth. Like that's what this is. He's the academic. He's the smart guy. He's the professional who can speak 10% better than a normie. So he's able to fool them into thinking that he's highly intelligent. It's really disgusting.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. This
Just a little commentary there. Wow.
Chiefs helping the bad guys. All of this content, all of this stuff, this evidence-based conversation. Great. I love that for you. That you get to talk about ideas for the first time in your life.
Look how he insults you. Yeah, we want to have an evidence-based discussion, motherfucker. We want accountability for the money, for the American bodies, for the Iranian bodies of the little kids. And he's like, I love that for you or whatever. Like you go ahead and say that to my face. I'd love to do a debate with you. I'd love to hear you justify the murders of the little kids. And you say, I love that for you. Fuck you, John Doyle. Like, seriously, this is we're going to rewind it a little bit. It's just, he's so pretentious. This creature is so pretentious about who he is and what he's allowed to do.
Of the scale. But my point is that this is the only thing that achieves, helping the bad guys. All of this content, all of this stuff, this evidence-based conversation, great. I love that for you, that you get to talk about ideas for the first time in your life. What is the actual effect of that politically? That's why I'm here. I don't know about why you're here. Why is this content promoted everywhere? Why is there a perfect overlap between these talking points coming from these people and the talking points of the Democrat Party and their people? Are these people on your side? Are you a fucking idiot? Are you stupid? Are you like a stupid person? These are the same people who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who, whatever your thoughts are on Charlie Kirk, guess what his thoughts were on you? He believed he was working for you. He believed he was fighting for you. He believed that he was risking his life every day. He was risking whether or not his children were going to be able to spend Christmas with their father. He risked that every day for you. That's what he thought he was doing. These are the people who would confiscate your children if they believed that you weren't so punctually picking up their HRT prescription from CVS. These are the people who, as a matter of
So see, if you're anti-war, then you're a part of the left, and then you're part of the evil trans Islam, and that's the false dichotomy that he sets up. They're logical fallacies, ladies and gentlemen. They're very easy to explain. They're logical fallacies. Everything he says is a fallacy. Everything he says is an appeal to something. Everything he says is a non sequitur. Everything he says is a lie. Okay, that has no explain. I just have one question for you. Explain to me the elementary school and why we were allowed to do that. Like, if I was having a debate with him, I'd ask him about that. I'd ask him about the Pope, and I'd ask him about the Strait of Hormuz. It's like, is this a good thing for America to do objectively? And what he would do, instead of responding to my point, he would go, oh, I see you're pro-Iran, huh? You're pro-Iran. Are you working for Qatar? Because they don't have an argument, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have an argument. They can't respond to you. They know what they're doing, too. They just think it's worth it to serve empire.
Yeah, I think that will really an effect will start to show when they lose grip on their audiences, because more people actually have compassion and understand that war is not good than people that are being tricked into believing that it is. And every single day that we continue to be in this war and gas prices rise and soldiers die, these kind of people will lose their audience and become just pariahs of who they once were. You know, it's going to be his fall from grace moment. You know, it's just like too much pride. Obvious idol worship. This is idol worship. He's erecting an idol
even if
of
it's
Donald
a joke,
Trump.
It's a deification. You're absolutely right.
It's an idol. It's an idol.
Yeah.
Like you're an idol worshiper. You're a liar and you're a traitor. You're a fucking traitor, and it's really going to kick you in the ass soon.
Yeah, everyone promoting this war, it's going to really kick them in the ass.
Policy allow our women and our children to be raped and killed, our elderly to be abused and murdered in the streets while walking home from the grocery store. These are the people who are materially responsible for everything bad that has ever happened ever. Oh, well, the Republicans didn't do anything. I know that.
Oh my God.
Okay, he makes another fat claim referring to the left. These people are the people that have done everything bad ever. That's not true, Mega. We know who the people who have done everything bad are in the past 80 years. We're fully aware who that group is. It's not the left. It's not the liberals. It's not the people that want you to pick up their HRT. Who has more power, the trans lobby or the Jewish lobby? I think that's pretty. It's not a hard calculation, but like he knows he's lying to you. Yeah. This is the face of a liar. I just we can play more of it. It's almost too much. Like I have so many responses to this, I can't even give a response. It's just
I mean, this guy's obviously a plant for the Jewish lobby.
Well, I mean, he works at the Blaze. I probably pissed in this guy's toilet. Over in Dallas, the Glenn Beck studio, and it's the 3 stories and all the money and all the big film sets, but no one watches it. Like he probably gets the same amount of viewers that we do. You know,
probably less at this point.
It's crazy to think about, man.
Yeah,
but I'll play the rest of it out.
Pro-Zionist, big time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Glenn Beck is like, I love Israel and I want to live in Israel. And I've always, it's always been a noble calling to me to serve the people of Israel. And he'd like beg for, it's like, I want dual citizenship. Please let me evade taxes. Please let me do it. And they're like, well, are you a good guy? He's like, I'm the goodest guy you've ever seen. We'll play the rest of it.
Yeah.
But also, why is that important? Let's think. Why is it important that Republicans didn't do anything? Because you had the evil people moving to do literally every evil thing ever. Never allow yourself to get so pissed off at the Republican Party that you forget the only reason we hate it is because there is a very real, very organized, very active, and very well-funded, highly supported political machine that the Republican Party has failed to stop and perhaps was never even intended to stop in the first place. But that's them. We all know that.
Okay, so it's the establishment Republicans' fault, but we're supposed to back the establishment. And you see how this person was like, well, we know so. And this is, this is actually a deeper point to make. And I'll hear this often from older people that are politically involved and right-leaning that mean well, but they don't really know what's going on. And it's the I'm looking into, or not that I'm looking into it, they're looking into it line. Have you heard this? Well, Trump's looking into it. Tulsi Gabbard's in there. My dad says it a lot. Like they're looking into it. They're trying to figure things out. And that doesn't carry water. There's no one investigating the establishment. They're all establishment. All of them are.
Exactly.
So if you support any of it, and he's like, the people that have made you hate the Republican Party are the establishment. No, it's the Republican Party. Because the whole thing is the establishment, including Trump. So
it is Trump, though. It is Trump. Like he's telling you not to believe your own eyes. Like I'm watching it. I'm watching with my own eyes. Trump is the one failing us. It's no one else. It's Trump.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, you can't say anything else but that. It's Trump. And this guy is basically the Blazes Matt Walsh. It's like they make these guys in a factory.
Yeah, mini me. He's mini Matt.
Yeah, like literally. It's ridiculous, dude. This world's a joke. Continue it, though.
It is. It's Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
What are you in terms of the balance sheet? Net change, point A to point B. How are you any different?
I'll go back to this is all rhetoric. This is all little magic tricks to make himself sound smart. It's very, very pathetic, actually. And this is why I'm just itching to debate these people. It's because they don't talk to people that know how to talk, bro. Like it's just like you don't get to do the tap dance, bro. Like I'll shut that down. It's not allowed.
Yeah, dude, you would smoke this guy. Let's get him on word war debate. Ridiculous. Let's try to get it. They'll offer him some money.
Dude, all I need is my notepad, bro. And I'm doing stuff with the word war debate. They have me on, so we're figuring stuff out.
Get this guy, dude. I want to see you eat this dude alive.
Absolutely.
The old Republican Party that we all hate so much. What did they do? They ally with the Democrats and thus fail to enact any real change. Their reason, what do they cite? My principles. Now you, in the Big 2-6, you ally with the Democrats. You fail.
Bro.
Now you in the Big 2-6, you ally with the Democrats in the Big 2026. Are you 15 years old? And you're mocking people for having principles now. You don't just see he does these things like he has a mandate to do them. Like he declares having principles to be funny and ridiculous and BS. And you don't actually have principles unless you support what he supports, which is what he defines as actually having principles. Like you don't get to state self-evident facts. Like you don't, because you don't get to declare things self-evident. Like you're not God. He speaks like he's the creator of the universe. You don't get to do that in a debate, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he not do that?
It seems like he knows that he's speaking to an echo chamber.
Sure.
Well,
he's saying what Massa wants him to say. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah, he's following his commandments. Yeah.
Yes.
To enact any real change, what do you cite? My principles. I'm fucking based in red pill. Yeah. Nothing new under the sun. You're a coward. You're a cuck. Enjoy the clicks.
Oh my God. I would beat the shit out of this guy in Minecraft.
Let's have a little debate, Mega. Let's talk about some of these things. Let's talk about that elementary school that you support being bombed so much. Unbelievable. And he throws an image up here of two awesome guys.
The best.
Two base dudes who are actually doing what we elected Trump to do in government. And like, you don't get to just discredit people. You don't get to just laugh at them, right? Well, like, why are you laughing at them? You don't like that they're trying to release the Epstein file? You don't like they're trying to pass war powers resolution? Like, I mean, here's the thing. He threw up that image of Mitch McConnell to like throw shade or whatever. Mitch McConnell and Chucky Schumer worked together to make sure that thing got struck down. So if you're such a critical of Mitch, or you're such a critic of Mitch McConnell, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah.
Logical inconsistencies. But I'll play the rest of it. Sorry, guys.
No, yeah, nothing new under the sun. You're a coward. You're a cuck. Enjoy the clicks. This is the most obvious de-radicalization op I have ever seen. I feel like an insane person because literally everybody is falling for it.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's brain rot.
That's what they play in like Taiwanese tug houses on like a little TV when you're waiting to get a massage. They play the John Doyle show. You know, those taxi TVs they have. You know what I'm talking about?
You're hilarious,
that's
bro.
the only way you organically encounter it because that's the only place Glenn Beck spent the ad money to promote it. Unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, that's horrible.
All right, I'm sorry. Just a little joke, little humor.
Hilarious.
I'm a comedian somewhat. We'll go ahead and play this. We got Marky Mark, just a disgusting human being, Humpty Dumpty, commenting on the Joe Kent situation. I'm going to roll it. It's only a minute long.
Joe Kent had other aspects of his background that most people decided to look askance at, and that is his affinity for some of these sort of nationalists, supremacists, and even neo-Nazi podcasters and platformers. He had done some interview. It became controversial during his last campaign. Some of the Republicans running against him were very outspoken about these connections, while they were overlooked or they weren't really studied or examined very closely. So he became the deputy national security advisor to the president of the United States. Now, the president has to manage a ton, so he has to delegate a ton. And so he expects the people who are recommending him to help vet them, to help make sure they are who they say they are, that they're on the program and they believe in the president's agenda and they're going to be loyal to that, not undermine it, sabotage it, leak about it, but help him implement his agenda. This happens through all presidencies. You'll have individuals who come there with an ulterior motive, where they change their mind once they're there, or they give one impression when in fact behind the scenes they're doing something else. Joe Kent was one of those people.
You are not allowed to be a nationalist. You are not allowed to be a supremacist. You are not allowed to be all these things that I am for Israel. You are not allowed to prioritize America.
It's a problem to be a nationalist now. You're a nationalist, Mark. Is he not all? Are you not a Nazi? Do you not support genocide? Like it's so crazy.
If my question is this, if he's so Jewish, where's his tiny hat? I never see him wear one.
Good question. You know, there's a lot of surface area. Maybe it's there, but you don't see it. Like that guy from the Hulk, who's like the giant head. You know who I'm talking about? Moloch.
Yeah. Moloch. Yeah. Interesting name. But yeah, I mean, why isn't he wearing it? Why is he not wearing it though?
Good question.
You know, Benjamin Netanyahu too.
We got the.
He got it on.
What?
He's got it on.
His is getting bigger.
Yeah.
It's consuming more and more of his head, responding to the signals from the cube. According to Ben Shapiro, Joe Kent was a low-level Trump staffer. Look at this. Is MAGA broken? Low-level Trump staffer resigns in protest. And then like, who? I pity the fool who gets their news from Ben Shapiro. Like I pity the fool. Seriously.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's listening to him at all.
Man.
I think the numbers are fake.
I got to tell you, my tummy is bothering me a little bit.
I had that today as well.
Yeah, my tum-tums bother me a little bit. I think I may want to end the live earlier. But I want you to plug your tallow. Talk about the beef tallow, bro.
All right. So the Ungovernable Project, we make some of the best tallow on the market. It's 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised suet tallow. The suet is the fat that surrounds the kidneys. It has vitamins A, D, E, and K, a smoke point of 450 degrees. We make this all handmade. Most tallows that you're seeing in stores are beef drippings. So that means that it's the actual trim fat that comes from the muscles. We actually take it from the kidneys. This is our incredible deodorant. It's all natural. We have some of the highest ingredients that you can find. If you sign on now, you get 10% off. We have skincare. Wiseman's Gift is one of our gold star items. This is made with real frankincense sap, real myrrh, castor oil, and 24 karat gold
And it
flakes.
lasts you a long, long time. too.
Little goes a long way. Little goes a long way. We've had thousands of testimonials from curing things from eczema, psoriasis, dry skin, chemical burns, you name it. Tallow is a fatty acid, so it actually absorbs through your skin. It's not a petroleum-based product that just sits on top of your pores. We also are coming out with a beard balm and a new scent that is going to be a patchouli and vanilla. And if you are in Georgetown or the surrounding areas, we are at the downtown Georgetown Farmers Markets every second Saturday. And we are at the Cedar Park Farmers Market the third Saturday. So come check us out, www.theungovernableproject.com. Also, you can get this
Nice.
badass shirt, Anti-Seed Oil Club.
Yes. Yes, indeed. People are commenting on the shirt. They were saying they liked it.
Appreciate that.
I like it too. And here's the thing is like your products are incredibly high quality. They're great to cook with. They're great for the topical uses for the skincare and whatnot. Really for like abrasions and wounds. I've noticed that Wiseman's Gift is really good for that, especially like wind shear and stuff like that. I really used it over the winter a lot. I need to get more out of it now
I
officially.
got you.
I want to plug this really quick. If you guys are looking for a high quality sleep supplement, or hell, like if you already take melatonin, if you take chamomile tea, if you do any of these things, I have classic InfoWars Life, the best ever made, proven, hundreds of thousands of units sold. InfoWars Life, knockout sleep support, really available at a great price. A lot of people take melatonin and magnesium separately. You can take them together with this, and it's cheaper, combined with like 6 or 7 additional ingredients on top of that in the formula. We're talking about melatonin. We're talking about valerian root, tryptophan, lemon balm extract, chamomile flower extract, blue chamomile, hops flower, magnesium, GABA, L-theanine, everything that you need,
Wow.
everything that you would want in a sleep supplement at a really affordable price. And here's the thing, like I'm trying to make things work right now. We're all trying to make things work right now. It's a tough economy. I 100% get it. But if you have money to buy like a DoorDash meal for 2, and if you decide that instead of doing that once a month, instead of binging on food late at night, that you're going to get a high quality supplement that improves your sleep, improves your recovery, improves the wake rest cycle, all that sort of thing, just makes you a better, more functional human being. I highly suggest that you check out Knockout and that you also check out the Ungovernable Project as well, where you can get really high quality products. And I use this one personally. It's really good. I also use the one to cook with. And here's the thing, like we're doing the show and we love doing the show for you guys. We have rent, we have things that we got to take care of. And if you choose to get something you already are going to get or that you already need from us, it's really like the concept of a 360 win. So I really appreciate everybody who
Same.
takes the time to check out these stores and sees what we're about. Thank you for coming on, Anthony. I really appreciate it.
For sure. I'll be here next Tuesday.
Yeah, we may even do one earlier. We may do one on Saturday. I'm figuring out the new
Works
show
for me.
schedule and stuff, but I love that you're always down to hop on. And thank you so much, guys, for being here with us tonight.
Appreciate it. I'll see you later, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Peace. That was great. Another episode of Conspiracy Talks in the books. Tum hurts a little bit. Need to drink more water. Appreciate all you guys. I really do. I have to plug a little bit more. I do, because I feel bad about plugging, but I really like my bread and butter is supplements. I've been selling supplements for 5 years. I got back online because I had to cover the news because of what was going on. It was just so insane. But if you want to support what I'm doing, if you want to help me make sure that I don't have to I'll just leave it at that. If you want to make sure that I'm still able to do the show, if you're going to buy ashwagandha, if you're going to buy golden root, if you're going to buy lion's mane, cordyceps mushroom, I've got it all on shroomforce.com. I've got a lot of phenomenal bundle packs and things you could try. Increase your ability to sleep, increase your ability to recover, train, energy, vitality, all of it, brain drive, neurotropic factor, oxygen carrying capacity. I mean, if you were looking to start doing Muay Thai or something, I can't think of a better blend to take than the Ultimate Drive Pack. If you're looking to do any new sport or any new physical activity, I'd really highly recommend this. And you can look up the ingredients at the price for the doses that you get, a month to 2 month supply, both efficacious doses used in studies. If you really want to get the highest quality supplements on the market, I have them at shroomforce.com. I have them at 50% off.com. I'm going to pull that up again. I have methylene blue too, actually. I'll pull that up. If you want to get bluevitality.com, I've got methylene blue. A lot of people like the CBD. I've got Jones CBD as well. I put really high quality supplement formulas into the CBD formulas. And talk about sleep. Like my bread and butter is sleep products. It doesn't take a lot to design a really high quality sleep blend. I get it made at a really good price so I can pass the savings on to you. Tell me where you're going to get 1,500 milligram tincture, full spectrum CBD with melatonin, with blue chamomile. Tastes amazing. Works really good for what you need it for sleep, for rest, for recovery, for under 40 bucks. Most people selling you CBD, the CBD itself is going to be 40, 50, $60. This is that combined with a sleep recovery complex formula. 3 to 6 milligrams melatonin, half dropper, full dropper, 25 to 50 milligrams blue chamomile per dropper, 50 milligrams of full spectrum CBD in a full dropper, all compliant. If you can't get it where you're at, totally understand. But like this is really cool stuff. And if you're looking for something truly crazy, I've got Ultra Chill, which I designed for people that do jujitsu. And what this is a 200 milligram ashwagandha tincture that also has CBD and CBG. I believe it's 50 milligrams or 25 milligrams per dropper CBD, and then 5 milligrams of CBG combined with theobromine, which is like the cleaner caffeine, comes from the cacao plant. It's like a 12-hour half-life, no jitter, no anxiety, just like calm focus. Like these are really cool products. This isn't just like I came up with a greens powder and then I tried to sell you guys this. These are things that I take, people that I love take, people that I employ take. Like we love these products and I made them for a reason. I made them because I believe that there's an audience of people that want to get phenomenal things like this. So I'm just gonna plug for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Again, Dreamwave PM blend, incredible sleep formula. Can't beat the price on it. Check out Ultra Green. Okay, normal CBD is 8 to 12% bioavailable. Got to put it under the tongue and all of that. A lot of people don't like to do that. This stuff is 80 to 90% bioavailable. It's water soluble. It's emulsified to a lecithin layer. Okay. My grandma, she swims all the time. She has back pain. She takes this. Back pain's not as bad. Not making a health claim, but a lot of people that don't want to hold it under their tongue or don't want to use topical or don't want to do whatever, they just squirt this stuff down with orange juice and it's really strong. It tastes a little rough, but it's pretty amazing for what you need it for. Really incredible product. I got Ultra Chill, I got Ultra Green, I got Dreamwave for you. And oh, look, methylene blue, capsule methylene blue. This is my mistake. This is my like lowest performing store. This store makes me like $1,000 a month. It's really not. I need more people to check it out because it's a phenomenal product. But people are like, ooh, the blue liquid. I got to take the blue liquid. Guess what? Methylene blue studied together with something called alpha lipoic acid, which modulates acetylcholine. Powerful water and lipid soluble antioxidant, incredible health effects, really, really cool supplement. It's studied together a lot. So I figured, hey, like, why not? Why don't I just put the two products together? I did that. I've got Magic Bullet Methylene Blue. The website needs a little bit of work, to be honest with you. Pictures do too. But I mean, really good price for what you're getting. It's got that alpha lipoic acid in there as well. It makes it a little bit more expensive, but it's really powerful. It's really powerful stuff. And I got it at bluevitality.com. Bluevitality.com. And then we got Shroom Force that I already went over, and I'll plug it one more time so people know. Like, here's the thing: if you're an old InfoWars viewer, I'm an old InfoWars viewer, and I wanted the classics back. Okay, I demanded the classics. So look what I have. I have Knockout Sleep Support right here. Knockout Sleep Support, $30, 30-day supply, less than $1 a day, really. It's got the highest quality ingredients you can imagine. It's got melatonin, tryptophan, valerian root, blue chamomile, lemon balm, hops flower, GABA, L-theanine, magnesium. That's like 7 or 8 different things that you'd have to take separately. You can take it all at once with this product. There is a reason why this item right here has sold hundreds of thousands of units. This item right here kept the lights on at InfoWars. I'm asking you to consider taking it if you have the means, if you want to, if you want better sleep. These are the best supplements in the entire world, I guarantee. Seriously, I guarantee. And if you're going to get it, might as well subscribe for a month. See, if you like it again, it's already on its way to you. Cancel anytime. And I'm going to pull this pretty soon. I got Brain Force. Nobody else has Brain Force, okay? I have a little bit of it left. I have Brain Force. If you're still interested in classic Coke, take Brain Force from 50%off.com. And hey, ain't that a perfect stack? You got Brain Force, you got Knockout. All together. There's other products in the store as well. I've got some of the old toothpaste if you're interested in those. I've got those available on here. And when you buy from me, you support me. You know what? I'm crashing out. I don't care. I don't care because you know what? You people left me after, not you people in the audience, talking to people directly. I'll get into it. You people left me with a fulfillment operation that I spun up to take care of you guys. I'm talking about DJN. Dr. Jones Naturals was sold to other people. Okay. So if you're going to buy stuff from them, you shouldn't buy it from them. You should buy it from me because I have a lot of the same products, a lot of really successful products. And like you support a Jones, right? And if you're buying the InfoWars Life products and you want to support a Jones, you can choose to support me. I mean, these people, they're selling Turbo Force for like $80. They're selling like a 14 serving product for like $80. I don't do that to you. I would never treat you that way. They think it's fine to treat you that way, just like they think it's fine to leave me for fulfillment. You know how hard I would have worked for DJN? You know how much I would have promoted that brand? And here I sit. Here I sit in my kitchen with a warehouse that I'm having a hard time paying for. And I got phenomenal products. I got my own products, got everything, but I got into fulfillment to help you guys. And here I sit. Where's the love? I ain't feeling love. I ain't got no call. I ain't got no text. Y'all ain't even checked on me. So I'm checking on you. So if you don't want to buy $80 pre-workout from these people, if you're not interested in that, if you want to get a $30 sleep blend for me, if you want to save like literally double the money you save from buying this from me versus buying a product from them, if you want to do that, come on home to Rex. Come on home to the person that helped design these products when I was a little kid. Come on home to 50% off. Why not? Come on home to 50% off. Come on home to Jones CBD. Come on home to Blue Vitality. Come on to Shroom Force. Like I give you so many options. If you're remotely interested in supplements at all, I highly recommend that you check this out. But I'll stop plugging. That's a bit extreme. I appreciate all you guys. And I plug because I have to plug it. I don't sell the products. I don't do the show to sell the products. I sell the products to do the show. And if you guys want to continue seeing me on here doing the show, like I've done a lot. I did a lot to make sure I didn't have to sell my car. So like I'm working hard for y'all. And again, I'm just gonna throw it up one more time. Y'all are interested, highest quality products around. I promise you, best supplements, best CBD, best methylene blue in the entire world. Just subscribe to Knockout. That's all. If you like the show, if you're here frequently, if you want to support me, you don't have to super chat. You don't have to do that. Just subscribe to Knockout Sleep Support and help me out. Like, and really, it's a 360 win because it's the best product I could ever give you. All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me plug. Thank you to the great Anthony Graffio, as usual, for holding it down on Conspiracy Talks with me. We'll be back next week and also later in the week doing more stuff, covering more news. Thank you so much for supporting me, for being here with you. And I'll just say this in closing. It's always an honor and a blessing and really a voyage and a journey for me to be able to do this for y'all. I dreamed about doing this as a kid. I kind of grew up in my father's shadow. It was hard for me to really build my own media identity that was separate from him just by the very nature of my work. But I learned a lot of InfoWars. I prioritized business. I had a separation with them in 2020. I've been working for 5 years now, coming back into media. I really do feel like I have an independent voice, and I feel like I don't feel like I know what I need to say, and I know I'm where I need to be. And if you want to continue having me where I need to be, if you want to support, it means the world to me. And just you being here watching the show, even more than that, like it doesn't matter. Like just like I never thought I'd be able to do this. I didn't think I had the talent for it. My mind's kind of changing on that a little bit, but like I had a negative opinion of myself and what I was capable of because of the context of like my father and seeing all the work that he put in. Like, how would I ever measure up to or accomplish what he's accomplished in media? The answer is like I probably can't, right? But that doesn't matter. I'm on my own journey, my own voyage of like seeing what I'm going to bring to the world, seeing what I'm going to create, seeing what I can provide to people. The thing that I'm really in love with is giving people a good deal. And like whether that's providing a great show where you go over great information with me, and I love doing that. That's my whole life, is going over information. I grew up in a newsroom. It's all I've ever done. But it's also for me, it's seeing packages go out the door. It's paying my employees. It's being in the warehouse with my dog, hanging out. Like those things really matter to me. So if you are a part of my zeitgeist and you like my energy and you want to see me go forward, I have so much planned for you guys, and I have so much I can't wait for y'all to see. I'm really going to be out there doing a lot more man on the street stuff. Specifically, people really love that. And I love doing it. I have dozens and dozens, probably over 50 of those on my belt, working for InfoWars as a kid back in the day. And I really have the instincts from back then that I haven't forgotten. It's like riding a bike. I can get information out of people. I can interview people. I can read people on the street. I can get the dialogue going. That's something I'm really talented at doing. I learned a lot of that from my dad. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. Also going to be doing a lot more long form interviews, talking to, people from the other side. I think that's very important. Trying to find common ground and not being a part of the internet circle jerk of like, we hate you, we hate you, we hate you. We're all Americans. We got to love each other. So again, I never thought I would do this. Like I said, I didn't think I had the talent for it, but I sit here now and my life experience has created an environment where I am good at doing a show. So I'm honored that people actually think that and people tune in because they have a good time on the broadcast. I have a great time doing it for you. It's the highlight of my day. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. But God bless, good luck, and good night to all. And check out 50percentoff.com if you want to. I love you.
Modern life has left us out of balance. Long ago it was once said, certain remedies could grant a man the vitality of a horse. For over 6,000 years, these natural remedies have been harvested and tested by generations. Why create complex formulas when nature's roots are still in our hands? Try Primal Core. Ancient remedies for modern life.